The truth is that it is quite an error to suppose that absence of definite convictions gives the mind freedom and agility. A man who believes something is ready and witty, because he has all his weapons about him. He can apply his test in an instant. The man engaged in conflict with a man like Mr. Bernard Shaw may fancy he has 10 faces. Similarly, a man engaged against a brilliant duellist may fancy that the sword of his foe has turned to 10 swords in his hand. But this is not really because the man is playing with 10 swords. It is because he is aiming very straight with one. Moreover, a man with a definite belief always appears bizarre, because he does not change with the world. He has climbed into a fixed star, and the earth whizzes below him like a zoetrope. Millions of mild black-coated men call themselves sane and sensible, merely because they always catch the fashionable insanity, because they are hurried into madness after madness by the maelstrom of the world. People accuse Mr. Shaw and many much sillier persons of proving that black is white, but they never ask whether the current colour language is always correct. Ordinary sensible phraseology sometimes calls black white. It certainly calls yellow white and green white and reddish-brown white. We call wine white wine, which is as yellow as a blue-coat boy's legs. We call grapes white grapes, which are manifestly pale green. We give to the European, whose complexion is a sort of pink drab, the horrible title of a white man, a picture more blood-curdling than any spectre in Poe. Now, it is undoubtedly true that if a man asked a waiter in a restaurant for a bottle of yellow wine and some greenish-yellow grapes, the waiter would think him mad. It is undoubtedly true that if a government official, reporting on the Europeans in Burma, said, "There are only 2,000 pinkish men here," he would be accused of cracking jokes and kicked out of his post. But it is equally obvious that both men would have come to grief through telling the strict truth. That too truthful man in the restaurant, that too truthful man in Burma, is Mr. Bernard Shaw. He appears eccentric and grotesque because he will not accept the general belief that white is yellow. He has based all his brilliancy and solidity upon the hackneyed but yet forgotten fact that truth is stranger than fiction. Truth, of course, must of necessity be stranger than fiction, for we have made fiction to suit ourselves.